Hello, everyone. Welcome to my live stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What are we about? We are talking about money. We are talking about the markets. We are talking about the economy. We are talking about trade. We are talking about global events. Hello, BHP. Welcome. So if you're joining my live stream for the first time, I want you to understand that this is very educational. This is informational. This is not entertainment. This is advanced information. So if you're ready to learn how money shifts and you can ride one economic boom to the next, welcome to my live stream. My ultimate goal is to get you guys to go from broke money to new money to more money by understanding what is happening geopolitically, what is happening based upon prior economic and capitalistic trends, and to help you see objectively and legitimately where the money is. Now, a lot of you think that you cannot have an economic recession and an economic boom at the same time. I'm here to prove to you that's wrong. And the reason why it's wrong is that money does not stop. Money moves. Money shifts. And if you can understand that money doesn't disappear, money just flows like everything else in nature. It flows and you can flow with it. You can actually start to amass wealth and build prosperity from one economic boom to the next. After watching my live stream, I love to say that poverty becomes a choice, because when you can understand what's happening and you can objectively think about information, the goal is you win. So keep your racial, your religious, your political, and or other preferences out of my live stream. This is cash. Money, 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 cash, cash. If you're not focusing, you may be blocked or muted. If you are not adding value, you may be blocked or muted. Do not comment about the comments. Okay, so let's get started. Wall Street. Wall Street is now swerving. Now, I didn't know the stock market could swerve. But Wall Street is swerving because of Liberation Day. Now, Liberation Day, it's a new holiday. It's a new U.S. holiday in which we are basically smearing tariffs across the board. Now, some of you are thinking that tariffs are a bad thing. On a short term, yes, but you have to understand that tariffs are being used as leverage to bring unwilling participants to the negotiation table so that we can have more equitable, profitable trade deals. Now, is that going to impact you short term? Yes. But as of right now, hold up. Let's pause. There's one thing I do require. Two things. I require focus and I require taps. So if you're joining my live stream for the first time, I want you to understand this information that I'm giving you is invaluable. It is unique. It is invaluable. And if you appreciate what I'm giving and the work that I'm putting in, all I'm asking you to do is multitask. I'm asking you to focus and I'm asking you to tap that screen, because that lets me know that we're vibing, you understand me, and I can help as many people as possible. So if you believe in money and you want to go from broke money to new money to more money, all you got to do is tap that screen. Okay? Are we good? Thank you. I appreciate you. So what is happening? Hour by hour, day by day, moment by moment, the stock market is swinging shakily. Now, the money is also scarce and hence the need to circulate buying and selling. Cool jabs, cool jabs, cool jabs. Focus, babe. Okay, cool jabs, you got to focus. Okay, you got to focus. The market is swerving. The market is swinging. Now, for me, the stock market is supposed to behave in this manner, but for some reason, Wall Street cannot wrap their mind around the fact that they cannot manipulate or predict the market like they used to. Now, here's the funny thing for me. If you are a financial analyst, you are a market investor, you're supposed to have some fundamentals, some tools in your toolkit that helps you be able to use skill set to make money off of the market. So the fact that the market is swerving because it's low riding and investors cannot handle this, I'm questioning their capabilities in regards to managing your money. I'm being real, because anyone who's a true trader, you know, and I know there's a science behind it. And if you have become accustomed to not using the science in regards to trading, I think you are fraud. That's just my personal opinion. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the gift. I think you're a fraud. Because there are metrics, there are trend lines, there are things that are in place that real traders use to earn money. So when I hear that Wall Street is swerving and the investors are confused, what are you confused by? Either you know how to get money or you don't. Because if you do know how to get money, you would be working this market. Now, next, tariffs are not a new thing. I'm sorry to tell you guys, tariffs are not new. If you go back in history, the U.S. is not the only country that has leveraged tariffs. You want me to take you back in time? Britain, thank you for the gift. Britain was leveraging tariffs against the U.S. when we were a colony. That is why we went to war with Britain, because they were taxing us too much. So if you think that the United States of America is the only country that leverages tariffs, you might want to pump your brakes. This is nothing new, Wall Street. This is nothing new. So either you do your job or you step to the side, because Liberation Day, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. The ultimate goal of Liberation Day is to bring parties to the table so that we can negotiate more profitable deals and we can all stack this cash. The fact that some parties are unwilling to come to the table and negotiate means that they have underlying motives and they've been economically benefiting at the detriment of the United States of America. I'm sorry, I got to tell you. When parties are not willing to come to the table as business people, shrewd businessmen, and they are running around crying like a baby instead of understanding the economic principles of money flow, that tells me that you have been getting a leg up. Not because you are competitive, not because you are adding value. It's because you've been receiving some form of welfare in regards to tariffs. And now that that money that's been lining your government's coffers is possibly being threatened, you don't know how to handle it. Guys, this is the way money goes. Money flows. So if you can't earn money the way you used to from tariffs, what you do is you come back. You come back to the table and you find another way to get your government earning money to take care of your citizens. Listen to me. You have had a history of lining your government's coffers with tariff monies. Now that Trump is coming to power, he's saying, hey, you don't need tariffs to fund your government. We can come up with alternative ways for you to fund your government's coffer if you sit down and negotiate with us. This is real business thinking. Thank you for the gift. This is real business thinking. That's how I know that people are not thinking clearly. Because if you were thinking clearly, you know that money shifts, money moves. And just because you can't get money this way, there are other ways for your government to secure revenues in regards to trade. Are you with me? So when I'm listening to the EU and Canada doing all this hoopla, I know that the leaders are not thinking objectively and they're thinking with their egos. Egos will not earn you the most bank. Egos will not earn you the most bank. Trump is a businessman. You're supposed to be business people. Come to the table. Let Trump know what value you add. If you add value and you know that value brings cash, come to the table. Put your ish on the table and then start negotiating. That's how you're going to get to the money very soon, okay? So the European Commission president claims that Europe holds a lot of cards, from trade to technology and the size of their market, and the Europe is ready for firm countermeasures. Ay, ay, ay. Why are we doing all this unnecessary flexing? The European Union is one of our deepest, longest allies relationships. It baffles me how the countries that we had the longest, closest relationships with are giving us the most problems. Where are you? Tap that screen. How is it that Europe, Canada, the countries that we have the longest, strongest relationships are giving us the most problems in regards to negotiation? Have y'all thought about that? Our besties are making our life hell in regards to coming to the table. Now, let me tell you about our besties. Our besties Our besties have been benefiting from the US. Our besties have not been footing their bills. Our besties have been getting the benefits of our defense capabilities. Our besties have been allowed to skate. Now that, thank you, thank you. They have been playing us. They've been milking us. So now that we're coming to the table saying, look, we're supposed to be on the equal playing field, right? You're first world, we're first world, okay? Why am I guarding your ports? Why am I guarding your borders? Why am I giving you money when you have money just like us? Why? That's the fundamental question that Trump is asking. Are you going to become a colony of the US? Because if you're not a colony of the US, why are you not paying your bills? If you're not a colony of the US, Europe, then why are you not paying your bill? And if the president of the European Commission says Europe holds a lot of cards, if you hold all these cards, then what the hell have you been doing? Because you have been shortchanging the citizens of Europe by not stepping up to the plate and securing your rightful position of power. Listen to me. The president of the European Commission saying we hold a lot of cards from trade to technology because of the size of our market. Okay, then what have you been doing? You've been asleep. Now I'm asking you, why have you felt comfortable enough to be asleep? You felt comfortable enough to be asleep because someone else was taking care of you. Someone else was lining your pockets. Someone else kept you from doing your job. I have no clue what's going on. Yes, and you felt a need to come into my live stream to add value. I'm sure everything you're saying is true. But you must understand this. If you are a country and you're relying on another country to defend you, and when this country comes to you and say, look, you have not been paying your portion of the NATO bill, what does that got to do with what you just said? John International LLC? See, John, what does the fact that if they have all this, why can't they pay their portion of the NATO bill? It's about money, everybody. I want you to understand this is about money. If they do hold the cards, which I'm sure they do, from technology to trade, the fundamental question that I'm asking is that why haven't you been leveraging the technology, the information, the resources, and the assets you have unless you've been freeloading off of United States of America? Which one is it? Either you hold the cards or you don't. If you hold the cards, then you've basically told the world that you've been freeloading. If you don't hold the cards, then you need to come to the table and start negotiating. You can't ride the fence on this. I want to be clear, because there are economic consequences to riding the fence. If you have the cards, come to the table with Trump and let's negotiate. If you don't have the cards, come to the table with Trump and negotiate. Okay? This statement is actually, the statement that this president made actually made the European stock market go up. But guess what? I wouldn't expect them to say anything less. When you say that we hold the cards from trade to technology and we have a sizable market, I would expect your stock market to rebound. I would expect it to rebound. That's why they said it. When certain people of positions of power come and make a statement, they actually manipulate, influence the stock market. So the fact that the European Commission president got on TV news and made this statement, it would have a positive impact. Now, my question is this: can you back it up? A momentary bump in the stock market is not an indicator of execution. Can you execute on what you said? Now, we will wait and see, because talk is cheap. I speak cash. Trump speaks cash. The world speaks cash. Blowing hot air is not going to change the fact that you need trade deals. You need consumers. You need to export. You need to import. That's the fact. I don't give a flying flute what you say. Can you execute on what you're saying? If you cannot cough up the money for NATO, can you cough up the money to show how valuable your technology and your trade cards, how valuable are they? Because if they're valuable, come to the table. Come to the table. Are you with me? You won't get shafted. If you truly add value and you hold these cards, come to the table. Simple. I want to see how big it is. I want to see what you're working with. All right. Tap that screen. Give me hearts. Moving on. Now, Japan is pushing for UF auto tariff exemptions. Now, if you've paid attention to my live stream, there was an announcement made that Japan, China, and was it South Korea? Japan, China, and South Korea were supposedly creating a regional trade deal. China announced to the world that they came to an understanding and they were reaching a regional trade deal. Well, if you paid attention to the news, Japan is pushing for U.S. auto tariff exemptions. What does that mean? It means that that wasn't true. One country said that they were working on regional trade deals. Japan has just stepped out and say, don't count us in. Japan is working to get to the table with Trump quickly, objectively, and smartly. Now you're trying to understand. I'm trying to buy a Lexus this year. Now you may ask, why would information be put out there that a regional trade deal was being produced between South Korea, China, and Japan? You have to sit back and say, why would someone publicly announce this? Well, let me tell you what my understanding is. And I need to make sure you're with me. If you're with me, tap the screen. Because I know if you're not following me, this is probably not the right live stream. And if you are following what I'm saying, then you probably should be tapping that screen. So let me know if you're ready for me. Let me tell you what I think happened. Sometimes what people do, they try to fake you out. It's called chicken. It's the game of chicken where they try to punk you. When news was put out that China, Japan, and South Korea were coming up with a regional trade deal to countermeasure the U.S., that was, I'm following but don't agree with everything. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Let me tell you why they would do that. It's called faking. It's a fake. Because if the U.S. actually bought into that rhetoric, it was supposed to influence us to be more inclined to be cooperative so that we do not move forward with our tariffs. That's my understanding. There's no way that someone would come out and give such information without attempting to exude pressure on the circumstances. Do you understand what I mean? On one hand, it's clear that Japan didn't agree or Japan changed its mind. But the fact that Japan changed its mind and Japan never publicly said that they agreed with this. South Korea never publicly said they agreed with this. China is the one that said that South Korea and Japan, they were working together on a regional trade deal. So when you have three countries that are supposedly working on a trade deal, and only one of them is talking about it, you have to take a step back and say, why would they do this? Who needs this trade deal the most? Listen to me. I need to make sure you're with me. Who needs this regional trade deal the most? Japan just backed out. That means it doesn't benefit Japan. South Korea is quiet. So the person who's doing the talking, the country that's doing the talking, is the one that needs the trade deal. Are you with me? This is how games are played. Because if the world would have bought into the notion that this regional trade deal was a powerhouse, they could have actually influenced the flow of money. Do you see the games that are being played? People want to go where the money is. People want to go where the power is. I'm too tired to try and follow, but you're not too tired to tell how. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Goodbye. When you are giving news like that, you're actually trying to impact the flow of money. So when China actually announced that this regional trade deal was happening, they were trying to catch the attention of the rest of the world to encourage other countries to come into this. One, because they need it, and two, they're trying to shift the flow of money. Information from people of power or countries can actually impact how money is stacked and where the money flows. This is one of the things I want you guys to firmly understand. Some of the things you hear in the news is not per se truth. It's not fact. It is meant to catch your attention, to get you caught up in your emotions, to get you to ride a false wave, and then you get trapped economically in a deal that was a dud. This was a dud deal that probably never existed, just to influence the markets, just to influence investment, and to get the masses to flow in that direction. I call it a fake. It's a fake. It was a fake. Now, whoever fell for it, shame on you. The people who didn't fall for it, congratulations. Are you with me, everyone? Because if you're not with me, you probably shouldn't be watching. Real talk. I'm not going to spoon feed you. I need to know that you're with me. Yes, misinformation and disinformation. That is correct, Derek. That's what you guys need to understand. This is not the first time in history. This is not the first time in history that misinformation and disinformation has been used to influence. Bye, Omanis. Omanis, goodbye. This is not the first time that misinformation and disinformation is used to influence economic deals, money flow, and global activity. So you have to be able to discern what is real and what is not, and who stands to gain the most. Who? Smoke and mirrors. Exactly, Leslie. Smoke and mirrors. You understand? When you are looking at the news, you must look at who is giving the information and how do they stand to gain. Anytime that you see that countries are coming together in unison, they usually have a press conference together. When China held a press conference that said that Japan and South Korea are coming up with a regional trade deal, where was Japan and where was South Korea? That's normally how it works, guys. This is how you spot information that's not true. Real deals means that people of position and power are standing on a stage in front of the news and they're giving this information in unison. If they're not giving the information in unison, that means that someone is not being truthful. Okay? So, the Prime Minister of Japan has announced his government is making last-ditch efforts to get his country, Japan, excluded from the trade tariffs. Officials from all related ministries are working day and night for negotiation. Now, let me tell you about Japan. Japan is the third largest exporter of cars. They are the third largest exporters of cars. Now, let me tell you how Japan is going to benefit. Because Japan has gotten its business hat on, and Japan is working to negotiate with the United States, Japan can go from being number 3 to number 1 as far as exporter of cars. Listen to me. The countries that are number 1 and number 2 are refusing to negotiate with Trump. So that now that Japan is willing to negotiate, Japan can actually swoop in, steal market share, and go from number 3 as far as being a car exporter to number 1. All because of timing. All because they chose to come to the table and negotiate. They can go from number 3 to number 1. Do you not see how the game is played? This is how the game is played. So even if Japan, but it's China that has, you're probably right, Leslie. But here's the thing.
It doesn't matter if they can't buy the cars.
If people can't buy the cars, what is the value of what you're producing? You can produce until the cows come home and a pig flies over the moon. But if you don't have buyers, what in the hell are you doing? Thank you, Miss Texas. That's why I try to get you guys to understand. You have the Congo, right? The Congo has the largest reserves of cobalt. Now, you would think that the Congo, the country of Congo, is rich. You're not making, if you don't have access to the goods and no one can buy your goods are worthless. So the fact that Japan is coming to the table and beating everyone else, they have the opportunity to swoop in, steal more market share, and make money, all because of the art of timing. And timing is a part of deal making. So if I was anyone else who was an exporter, I would take a look at what Japan's doing and I would come to the table. Now, the next thing I want you guys to understand is this. The US is a consumer-based economy. Japan is an export-based economy. China is an export-based economy. When you have an export-based economy that manufactures goods for consumer-based economies, let me tell you why that's important. When you play your role in global trade, meaning if your role is to manufacture and produce, and our job is to buy, that creates a harmony. Japan exports. China manufactures. China is not a consumer-based economy. It is a production-based economy. We buy. So when you try to change your role in global trade from being an export-based economy, you start screwing with your ability to stack cash. Just like in nature, every animal plays a role. A rabbit can't be a lion. A snake can't be a turtle. Now apply this to global trade. There are countries who specialize in certain activities, and part of that is export, manufacture, and production. When you have a manufacturing production-based economy that produce great goods at a great price, when you try to change your role, you're going to run into problems because you are an export-based economy. We are an importing, purchasing economy. So that is why what is happening doesn't make sense in the world, because people do not understand, countries do not understand the role that they play in this global economy. To be a consumer-based economy, you have to have certain freedoms and liberties that occur in your society. If your society lacks the liberties and the freedom, then you cannot have a consumer-based economy in the same way that the United States have. Listen to me. The United States has a consumer-based economy because of our premise, our foundation, which is capitalism and democracy. And because we are based on a notion of freedom that allows our consumers the ability to gain money to buy goods and services. So since some of these economies are not fully democratic and or capitalistic, they do not have the purchasing buying power. What freedom? Bye, PJ. Goodbye, PJ. They do not have the consumer purchasing ability that we have in the United States. Now, I told you to keep your political preferences out of my live stream. I'm speaking from an economic, business, historical standpoint. If you want to participate in my live stream, you must understand the nature of the game here. Okay? This is not about right or wrong. This is about what works for business and economics. Keep it out of my live stream. This is about cash. If you don't feel free, I can't help you. I'm talking about business. Okay? Because when you have free trade and you have a free flow of goods and services and money, it allows for economies to engage in a certain way without the government having to interfere. Are we clear? Are we clear? So Japan coming to the table to negotiate, it is actually a very positive thing. You're correct. It's a very positive thing because we can get to business sooner. Is it truly free trade? Well, is anything truly free? Guys, there's a game to this. There's a game to money. When it comes to earning money, there's a game. There are rules that are in place. And that to earn the money, you have to play the game. If you don't have a buyer, you're broke. If you make goods and services without a buyer, you're broke. Your goods are worthless without a buyer. So if you're asking me, is it truly free? Well, if you have no money, I can see why you say that. If you know how to earn money, then you understand what I'm saying. It's all about mindset, all right? So Chinese state media announced that Japan, China, South Korea would jointly respond to U.S. tariffs. But we're seeing that joint agreement is falling apart. So Asia Pacific markets are plunging on Trump's renewed all-country tariff threats. Hi, Ron. Asia Pacific markets are now plunging on Trump's renewed all-country tariff threats. Now, but China can partner with Japan. They can. They can. But here's the thing, Leslie. Japan and China has a long history. And because of the history between China and Japan, I don't see that going very far. This is why I say in my live stream description that you must understand history. History plays a part in countries' ability to have profitable, well-balanced relationships. Because of the long history between China and Japan and how they actually feel about one another, it's going to make it a little difficult for them to have a trade deal long-standing. Thank you, Miss Texas. Thank you. That's why I talk about history. So in theory, yes, China and Japan could come up with a trade deal. I know, but that's us. That's us. So if you want to call me out, why don't you answer the question this? The reason why America is still able to do business with Japan is that the only thing we care about is money. Listen to me. You want to call me out, right? Let's do this. Why is it that America is able to do business with Japan? Why is it that America can do business with its enemies? It's because the only thing we care about is money and resources. Thank you, Clay. We care about money and resources. That's the only motivating factor, which is why people fundamentally have a problem with capitalism, because we only care about money. We can do business with our enemies all for the end goal, which is money, money, cash, 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 money, money. So if you want to come on my live stream and you want to try this, you must understand Japan and China can't get over. They can't get over because they're ancient civilizations. They're ancient, rich civilizations. Their culture is something that goes back thousands of years. So it's not as easy for them to realize that they got conquered by an island. It's just real talk. It's human nature. Human nature, human egos impacts a country's ability to put deals together. Human nature, it's the psychology of business. Human mindsets impact their ability to do business. So why can the U.S. do business with Japan? Because the U.S. only cares about money. Now, Japan and China, that's a different menu altogether. And I'm going to leave it where I found it. All right? Now, here we go. The worst performers on the Asia Pacific markets are Taiwan, Japan, and South Korea. I want to repeat. The Asian markets are plummeting. Thank you. The Asian markets are plummeting. And the ones that are performing the worst are Taiwan, Japan, and South Korea. Now, Japan has got to the table. That's smart. Your market does not have to plummet. Your economy does not have to suffer. Your citizens do not have to financially suffer because of egos. And Japan making a move is a clear illustration that all of this mayhem, the swerving of the stock markets, the Asian Pacific markets plummeting, that doesn't have to happen. It's a choice. So when you're looking at economies like the EU, Canada, US, when you're looking at all these economies suffering, you must understand that your government officials are choosing to prolong the economic suffering of your economy. And it doesn't have to happen. Moving on. So here's the thing. Reliance on export manufacturing has put various countries in a tough spot. There are a number of countries like Japan who are reliant on export manufacturing, and that's put them in a tough spot. In my opinion, it has not put them in a tough spot. It's actually put them in a position to profit. Japan has to be an export economy because look at its geography. Look at the layout of the land. This is another part that people do not consider. You have to look at the land and the location of the country to see what are they able to do. Japan has to import food and certain resources into their country because of geography. So when you have countries telling me, or you have people telling me, no, Japan can do this, China can do this, you're not considering geography. Geography plays a huge part in a country's ability to be an economic superpower. So when you have countries who are heavily reliant on exports and manufacturing, they are in that position because of the land. Japan has a hard land. And because of the hardship of the land, they are better suited to earn money by being an exporter and a manufacturer. Who wants to correct me on this? Who wants to correct me on this? That is one of the sweet things about the United States. Because of our land, our geography, and what the country is actually able to do, it affords us the ability to manufacture and produce and to buy. So ideally, should Japan not be heavily reliant on manufacturing? Yes, but they have no choice. Unless they're going to have, gardens in the sky, they're going to grow food in the sky. This is the cards that they're dealt because of their geography landscape, the landscape of their geography. Are you with me? This is why I tell you my live stream is about history, it's about geography, it's about current events, because there's a number of things that come together that impacts a country's ability to earn an income and to grow their economy. Are you with me? All right? Are you with me? All right? You have to consider everything. You have to look at the big picture. It's not that easy for a country like Japan to start growing food. So they have to have good relationships with other countries to secure the resources that they need for their citizens. And people, she's selling you a dream. You are in a dream. Goodbye. You are in a dream. Goodbye. Now, UBS. All right. UBS joins Wall Street firms and cutting S&P 500's annual target. UBS, Union Bank of Switzerland, or United Bank of Switzerland, okay? UBS. UBS deals with money. Money, money, money. UBS deals with rich people's money. UBS has just joined Wall Street firms and cutting the S&P 500's annual target. Now, they handle wealth management. Now, wealth is big money. I want you to understand the amount of money that UBS deals with. It's private money. It's private banking. If you don't know what private money, private banking is, it's okay. It's Mark Cuban type of money. Okay? Why do all these countries have tariffs on the US? Fishermen, I believe that the US allowed these trade deals to happen because we were able to get intel and we were able to have a strategic location on the globe. And that is why the US permitted to do deals with countries that had tariffs against us. It also allowed those countries to have additional revenue for their government, to have development, and to take care of their people. I hope I've answered your question. The U.S. would not agree to do deals with a country that had tariffs unless there was something in it for us. And at that time, we had intel, we had access, and we had a strategic location on the globe and/or access to resources. And that is why we signed off on these deals. What about Mexico? Mexico's great. What about Mexico? Mexico is great. Mexico is great. What are you asking me? Mexico is a great country. Canada is a great country. China's a great country. Japan is a great country. What does that have to do with money? What does that have to do with money? That's what I thought. Tap that screen. Mexico's great. I love Mexico. I love the food. I love the people. I love the culture. I love Mexico. All right. Now back on topic. UBS lowered 2025 earnings per share. It further causes weakness in the economy and corporate profit readings. Now, let me tell you something. Corporate profit readings, that's when it gets real. When these corporate executives and these shareholders start seeing that the money that they've invested Then pack your bags and go. Yes, goodbye. It's amazing me. It amazes me how I'm trying to educate people on how to earn money. And I have complete foolishness in my live stream. It just amazes me. It just amazes me, the foolishness when it comes to education. All right, back to it. When corporations cannot meet their quarterly profits, quarterly targets, you must understand this is a big deal, because that causes a level of fear and panic that ripples through the markets. Now, to me, there's nothing wrong with a company not meeting its quarterly targets. You want to know why? You want to know why? It's because if you follow economic cycles, business cycles, you understand that it goes hot, it goes cold. It goes hot, it goes cold. You have to be able to ride the waves. What's happened lately for a long period of time is that businesses, shareholders, stockholders seem to think that everything just goes up. That doesn't work. The whole purpose of economic cycles, business cycles, is for it to be yin and yang. It's to be in balance. So now they convince all of us that the stock market just goes up. Just goes up. Quarterly profits just go up. That's not real. You need the time for the market to recalibrate in order to go to the next level. Ask a person who surfs. Anyone who surfs, you understand. You got to read the waves. You have to read the times. There are times where you have to sit it out, and there's times where you go for the waves. It's the same thing when it comes to business. You cannot have quarterly targets that are higher and higher and higher, and then you get surprised when they're not met. That is not the flow of money. The flow of money is no different than how nature works. And when you disrespect the flow of money, then you have markets plummeting because they got overinflated, they're overheated, there's too much hype, and you can't ascertain the real value of stock, the real value of a company. And that's when we get on shaky grounds, and then we have to slip further into recession, is because they've done too much manipulation. They've done too much manipulation. They have inflated it too much that we can't have a good objective point of view as far as what the valuation is about. So when you're getting caught up in the hype, I'm asking you to look at spending, government spending, business spending, consumer spending. I'm asking you to look at domestic and foreign investment. I'm asking you to look at history and understand the nature of the beast of the economies that we're dealing with, okay? But UPS thinks there's hope. I agree. UBS feels that most of the market is going to struggle. But let me tell you where the money's at. The money is in the digital economy. UBS has just said they hope that US equities reverse course by betting on AI. Did you hear me? UBS, which deals in wealth management, is one of the banks that make the most sense to me. They're basically saying where the money's at. The money is in the digital economic boom. It's AI. It's quantum computing. It's robotics. It's cybersecurity. It's automations. That's where the money is. So while the stock market is running around saying the sky is falling, what these investors should be saying is, money's shifting from here, money's going here. That is objectivity. You can have an economic recession and one part of the stock market falling, and you can have one part of the stock market going up, because money moves, money shifts. Money is going from old money ways and is shifting into technologies and innovations that are going to prove the quality of our life. And that is what AI, quantum computing, chips, humanoids, automations, that's where the money is. So this is where you get into a critical point in time in life where you have to realize old money and new money. Now, if anyone's familiar with the Roaring 20s, okay? The Roaring 20s, it's old money.
No.
What is it?
1800s, industrial.
Okay, so 1800s, Industrial Revolution. My daughter just corrected me. During the Industrial Revolution, you had old money and you had new money. New money is nouveau riche. We are now in a time where we have old money and we have new money. And the new money is in the digital industries. It's no different than anything else. I like to tell you, horses to cars. Horses became old money. Cars became new money. Candles, old money. Light bulbs, new money. Candles, old money. Light bulbs, new money. That's what this is. So when you're looking at a stock market that's swerving, okay, they're swerving, all right, they're doing drifting. The stock market is drifting all over the place. You have money that's being built off of sound economic factors that are allowing people to build prosperity and wealth. You understand? I took you through these stories because I wanted you to see, just because it looks like the sky is falling over here, the sky is not falling over here. And that is the purpose of money flow. Real-time money flow. That's how you get stuck in a recession and markets crashing, or you align with where the money's going. Does that make sense? This is all happening right in front of your face. Now, if you get caught in distractions like the market swerving, you got, Independence Day, Liberation Day. If you get caught up in all that, you actually miss timing on being able to earn money with a digital economic boom. The economy is always booming in one or two parts. I want to be clear. Just because one is collapsing, money is also being made. Money does not disappear. Money does not disappear. Money moves. And the people who move with the money, they're not worried about the stock market swerving. You think Elon Musk is worried about his stock tanking? No, because Elon Musk has technologies that are aligning with an economic boom right in front of your face. He doesn't give a damn if they protest and go to his dealerships and vandalize his cars, because he's sitting on technologies and knowledge that's going to get him bank. Elon Musk was a part of building PayPal. He got rich. So if you're worried about protesting against Elon Musk, save your money. Save your money. Put your energy and money over here. That's where the money is. Real talk. You don't have to like a person to get this money. You don't have to understand an organization to get this money. That's why I ask you to put your preferences to the side and look very carefully at what's going on. You're angry about losing your jobs because of automations and technology. Why are you angry? These same technologies are going to allow you to earn an income. These same technologies are going to allow you to have a higher quality of life. It's when you resist money flow, when you resist economic cycles, you actually end up broke, generationally broke. Think about it. Go back to the Industrial Revolution. Look what happened. Old money people were sitting comfy. New money people who saw opportunity. Yes, this was average poor people who put their money together, invested in the Industrial Revolution, and they went from broke money to new money. They went from rags to riches. Goodbye, Jeff and Jackie. Goodbye, Jeff and Jackie. This is really critical. And no, I'm emphasizing this to you guys because I want you to understand something. If you never watch my live stream again, I want this to cement in your head. You can have an economic boom and an economic recession at the same time. Next, you do not have to suffer an economic recession when you have an economic boom that's in front of your face. Third, to earn money from an economic boom, you have to have right timing, you have to have the technology, and you have to have the knowledge, the expertise to earn money from it. If you never watch me again, I want you to walk away from this with that. Poverty becomes a choice when you understand how to follow the flow of money. Listen to what I said. You may have been born poor, but with timing, knowledge, and technology, you can actually stack cash and build a prosperous future. I don't suggest stocks. Jazz, don't ask me such questions. You're going to get blocked. You're not paying attention. I want you to understand this. Following the flow of money and riding economic booms will be your ticket to building a life of generational prosperity versus a life of generational poverty. This is how they do it. Yeah, people become rich by being a rapper, a movie actor. No. Regular people who invest in real estate during a time where it's booming, they understand. People who focus on, the tech boom, that's what they understand. This is what they do. Are you with me? Now, where is the money? The money is in the digital technologies. It is booming with digital technologies. I already told you, cybersecurity, quantum computing, cell phones, AI, humanoid robots, automations, e-learning. That is where money is booming right now. So if you want to be able to have a beginner-friendly, easy way of earning money in an economic boom, I'm suggesting you take a look at automations and e-learning. Let me tell you why. 1, it's beginner-friendly. 2, it's step-by-step training. 3, it has technology that's already built that allows you to use automations, AI, online to have a 2-hour workday, daily pay, 2-hour workday, daily pay, and earn 100% of the profits. This is really critical because some of you are used to working for peanuts, scraps, and pennies. And when I tell you you can earn 100% of the profits using technologies that are putting you out of a job, some of you go, no. You are in a time where the digital economic boom is actually creating opportunity for everyday people to advance monetarily. Now, how do you do it? I already told you how you do it. Every country or company that has an interest in securing its economic future, it has right timing, meaning you can't be too soon, you can't be too late. It invests in technology, and it has knowledge to use it. So what do? You do the same thing. Right now, you have the ability to have your own business with a low investment. It is risk averse. A 4-year-old can do it, and it allows you to have a 2-hour workday, get paid daily, 24/7 income earning ability with 100% profits, and it's in e-learning. And let me tell you why I'm talking to you about this. E-learning is a booming industry because it uses automations and AI. Automations and AI. If you want to know how, go to my profile. I want to repeat. Anyone who wants to know how to do this, all you have to do is leave my live stream and go to my profile because I do not give out my website during my live stream. Hello. If you want to skip through this, go to my profile, get my website, go to my website. You can have an online business with an automated system that works for you 24/7 in the e-learning industry that allows you to have a 2-hour workday, to get paid daily, and earn 100% of the profits. Let me simplify this for you. Your cell phone comes with a manual. Some of you don't need the manual, but some of you do. The people who need the manual to use your cell phone, you understand, you invested in technology. Well, it's not an investment. You spent money on a cell phone. You have the manual. Just like that, there's an automated system that's already built. All you have to do is plug in your domain, and it comes with a reskilling program. When I say reskill, you're going to get reskilled on how to earn money online using the automated system. The automated system uses automations that is in the digital industry. It harnesses AI, which is in the digital industry. It's online, which is in the digital industry. It's beginner friendly. It's investment friendly. It is a stable way for you to get knowledge and technology, to have time freedom and unlimited income earning ability. Now, how much does this cost? Well, I say this every single day. It's cheaper than your cell phone. A one-time investment, I want you to listen to me, a one-time investment of 600 or 300 or 100 will get you an automated system, get you access to information that reskills you so that you can earn money online anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. So while you're sitting in traffic for 2 hours, you're sitting in a job for 8 to 10 hours, I want you to imagine getting rid of traffic and getting rid of your 8 to 12 hour workday. All because you invested in technology one time and got reskilled at the same time that allows you to avoid the impact of a recession. Now, some of you don't understand the importance of what I'm saying because humanoid robots are coming to perform the jobs that you used to do. AI is going to be able to do the jobs that some of you are doing today. Quantum computing is going to change the game when you put it all together. So if you think that employment opportunities are going to look the same from now into the future, I'm telling you that's not true. All you have to do is do a little bit of research to understand that humanoid robots are being called humanoids for a reason. They're robots that perform better, if not similar, to humans. And they cost less and have less drama. So if you were a company who had the opportunity to invest in a humanoid versus a human, where do you think they're going to put their money? In a human that needs vacation time, sick time, benefits, health care, retirement? Do you actually think they're going to put that money there? You cost too much. Businesses are in business to maximize profits. Humans cannot work 24/7. Robots can. Humans complain about their performance reviews. Robots do what they're programmed to do. So if I'm telling you your employment opportunities are going to begin to look even more bleak, and as a human you need an ability to earn an income, would you not be open to imagining what I'm saying, which is legal, which is legit, which is real? E-learning is a booming industry. It is projected to double within 2 years. E-learning has no licenses, no permits, no regulators, no gatekeepers. You can be a high school dropout, a college dropout, a life dropout, a retiree, a former executive that got fired. You need the ability to earn an income without a cap, without limitations. So, how do you do this? Well, first, you leave my live stream and you go to my profile. My website's there. Next, you have to take action. Some of you don't understand that when a CEO tells you that within 12 months, AI is going to be doing 90% of the job of software engineers, or you have another CEO saying robots are not 5 years away, they're a few years away, you have a hard time understanding what that means. These CEOs are coming on the news to tell you this information because they're giving you a heads up so that you can start taking action now, so that you're not standing in a line with your hand out looking for Trump or the government to take care of you, because he's not. He's cutting government spending, which includes social programs to people who are more than capable of earning an income. The US government has not always had social programs. You had to be able to take care of yourself. But because of the Industrial Revolution and everything else that's transpired, you actually believed that working for a company for 20 to 40 years was the only way. No, you served a purpose as a tool at that point in time in history. And now that robots are here, you still have to eat. You still have to thrive. And you're going to do that by having your own business. Where are you? Have I lost y'all? You have to change with the times. You have to flow with the money. You have to accept that change happens. You're sitting with a cell phone because someone had a vision. And they created that cell phone. When cell phones were new on the market, a lot of people were still using landlines. What happened to landlines? Landlines are gone for the most part. Everyone is on a cell phone. So if you can see through history how society changes and lifestyle changes, I'm asking you, why would you not take the opportunity to invest in something which gets you technology and skills at a time where that market is booming. Some of you are playing in the stock market and you can't afford that. Some of you are playing in crypto. You can't afford that. The e-learning industry is a stable, sound way to earn an income because e-learning is the future. Automations is the future. AI is the future. E-learning will replace traditional systems. It's an investment in a technology that you own, you use, you earn off of. You do not work for me. I want to be clear. I have to say this every damn night. You do not work for me. This is not multi-level marketing. This is not cold calling. This is not affiliate marketing. This is not network marketing. Anyone who does network marketing, do you have 2-hour days? Anyone who does multi-level marketing, do you earn 100% of the profits? No. So I'm telling you about an opportunity that allows you to have your own business online using technologies that are putting you out of a job, that gives you the freedom to have your own business with no drop shipping, no inventory, no employees, no middlemen, no monthly costs. One time. One time. Now, if you don't know how to earn money online, guess what? You don't know anything. There's no point to having technology if you don't know how to earn money from it. That's no different than Japan having a bunch of cars made and have no consumers to buy it. If you don't know how to earn money and or you don't have people to buy, it doesn't matter what you make. It's worthless. So the reason why I say that this automated system comes with a reskilling program, because it teaches you what you need to know to earn money online, digitally, anywhere in the world, working for yourself, 100% profits, unlimited income potential off of a 2-hour workday and daily pay. What are we doing? If you don't believe in daily pay, do you believe in broke? Do you believe in getting paid once a month? Some of you are real estate agents. You're barely selling a home once a month, maybe once in 3 months. So if you have the opportunity to get an education and the technology that's putting you out of a job, why would you not jump on this before you have no choice? You see, what you do not understand is that economic booms do not stay around. They move. One boom starts, and then it starts to slow down because another boom is coming. And if you can't master the skills to ride this economic boom, I can guarantee you, you won't be able to get the next one. I'm going to repeat. This is not the first economic boom that's ever happened. You had the tech boom, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google, Apple. You missed that. You had the real estate boom. You missed that. You had the EV boom. You missed that. You had the cell phone boom. You missed that. You had the app boom. You missed that. How many damn booms do you need to miss before you realize 2 pennies does not equal the dollar? Rubbing 2 pennies together and blowing on that shit is not going to create prosperity. It creates generational wealth. People get rich because they take action. People who trade crypto, people who trade on the stock market, they earn money or lose money because they take action. Sitting still means you are sitting duck. And if you don't know what happens to a sitting duck, buck, 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 buck. That's for my people in Jamaica. Buck, 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 buck. If you are a sitting duck, you get buck, 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 buck. Read between the lines. You get hit. You get hit by an economic recession. You understand? So now that my website's on my profile, go to my profile. Thank you. So what does this mean? You got to take action before your time is up. Robots, humanoids are coming to take your job. Companies do not have to deal with the drama of human beings who are protesting and destroying private property because they're caught up in their emotions. That is why they're investing in technology, because they're sick of dealing with the hidden and sunken costs that are tied to the emotions of human beings. So since you're on this earth, you must earn an income. You have to earn an income. And you're not going to get it from a job. If you don't know, look at the unemployment market. The unemployment market is being flooded by government, public employees, and private sector employees. And when you have too many people unemployed, wages drop. So unless you want to work for peanuts and pennies, you must listen to what I'm saying. The money is being earned in the digital the digital wave in the digital industry. You do not have to go back to school and take on student loan debt. You don't have to do that to get trained. Because of digital technologies, you can learn to earn and you can do it real time. So, what do you need to do? Well, you need to leave my live stream. You need to go to my profile because my website's there. How do you do this? Well, a 4-year-old can do this. A 4-year-old's in preschool. Some of you are old as hell like me. Okay, a 4-year-old can do this, which means it's beginner friendly, it's simple. You're going to be taught step by step every single day on what you need to do to learn to earn. I want to repeat, you will be taught. Now, what do you need to do? You need to be consistent. You need to be committed. You need to have 2 hours a day. I say 2 to 3 hours a day. Your work day is a 2 to 3 hour work day. 2 hours is spent on income earning activities and about 30 to 45 minutes is spent on learning. This is not go to school for 4 years and then try to get a job. No, it's real time. Real time. You can have your automated system up and running within 24 to 72 hours. You can be launching to profit in 7 days. What is the success rate? If the success rate is low, it's because of you. I want to be clear. The system earns money. The education earns money. The reason why people don't earn because they're lazy as hell. They're lazy and entitled. You can spend more time driving in traffic, wasting gas money, sitting in a job that barely pays you minimum wage. You can do that and be committed and consistent to that. But when it comes to having your own business where you have no one to blame, no one to point fingers at, and you own that money, some of y'all are tripping, completely tripping. You spend more energy sitting your ass on the couch, turning on your flat screen TV and watching Netflix than it requires to you to earn this money. So either you want it, if you want it, let's get it. If you don't want it, good luck. I'm going to leave you where I found you. Now, how do you do this? It's on my profile. You can have a 2-hour workday, daily pay, and earn 100% of the profits working for yourself. This is a low investment. It's a one-time investment. There are no monthly fees. There are no hidden costs. There's no bullshit. The only bullshit that you will find is on your upper lip. Your upper lip. You're going to smell the bullshit from your upper lip. That's the only person that's going to lie to you. Everything else is laid out. If you can go to school to become an accountant, you can go to school to become a hairstylist, you can go to school to become an esthetician, you can go to school to become a foot doctor, you can go to school, if you work at a grocery store, they're going to train you how to run a cash register. So no matter where you go, thank you for the gift, you have to be trained. Now I'm asking you to invest for yourself. I'm asking you to invest for yourself. You can be a high school dropout. You can be a stay-at-home mom for 40 to 50 years and now you have to earn an income. It's that simple. You can be a professor. You can be a real estate agent. You can be a driver. You can be a nanny. You can be a gardener. You can be a former corporate executive. If you're sick of the BS and you want to live on your terms, earn money on your terms, you got to get the technology and you have to get the knowledge. And you have to put it into it. Hello? So I'm done for today. Thank you for your hearts. Clearly, I've confused some people because I know and you know my heart should be a lot higher than that. But it's cool. Hi, Forex. You take it as you please. If you don't find what I'm saying to you of value, what I'm going to tell you next time is don't even come here. If you don't see value in someone trying to tell you how to ride money flow, economic booms, so you can build generational prosperity, don't even come here. Seriously. Real talk. You have to think about what I'm saying. Hello. You have to think about what I'm saying. And you have to adjust. Anyone who watches nature, I'm a very spiritual person. I want you to know I'm a very spiritual person. I believe every answer that you're looking for is in nature. Money flows just like the seasons, just like the tides, just like the cycles of the earth. And if you follow that, you actually can prosper. There's no such thing as lack or scarcity if you follow the direction and the signs that are in front of your face. So I appreciate you guys. I will be back again tomorrow. For those of you who could not follow, who could not add value, I'm going to tell you, save yourself the trouble and go find some bullshit to watch. Everyone else who wants to learn, who wants a different perspective, and who wants to avoid financial disaster, I got you. I'm going to have a unique perspective as far as what's happening, and I'm going to give it to you. As far as what is happening with the stock market is behaving the way it should. I love you guys too. It's behaving the way it should. The only people that has problems with the market are fake analysts and fake ass investors. The stock market is responding exactly how it's supposed to. The only people who have problems, the stock market doesn't have a problem. It's the people who are supposed to be earning money from the stock market that has a problem. Real talk. The people who have a problem with tariffs are the people who are trying to hide something, because real business people sit down and come up with deals. Bitches cry. Ballers make deals. You heard me. Bitches whine and complain, and ballers sit down and get to this money. Real talk. So, you decide. Broke money, new money, more money. Rest of y'all, I'll catch you on the more money side. Have a good night. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your follows. I will see you tomorrow. Take action. Go to my profile. Go to my website. Take action now. Have a good night.